penny, my sir. Please, just one penny. Thank you. That's really generous. May his light guide you. Thank you. That's really generous. May his light guide you.
My sir, please. Oh, thank you. You truly are a good person.
You're a fighter, aren't you? You should pay the Dust Pit a visit. Just recently I saw them send the beast against 10 freshlings. What a massacre. What are you looking at?
Mind your own fucking business.
Hello. Please, just leave me be.
You picked a good time to come down.
Foreigners.
Apparently. Lotta's leader, the father, just disappeared. Alongside.
War on Nerum. War on Kile. Red madness. The fuck is wrong with this world?
Well, that's just how he is. Always talking. Fool needs to pay up.
Lost promise and stay firm once moonlight. Out onto the seas we shall love.
Don't ask. The wolves act as if they've been cursed. Oh, blazes. Where's this supposed to lead?
We're running from her rise, yet she fought. If only I time will him safely back to me. When the red moon casts his light, his ghost travels through the night, through the forest on wind wings, till he reaches the old hill.
Hey, wait a minute, you... Never mind. Oh, you're an Outlander, aren't you? From Kira. Your skin, it looks, different. I mean no offense, really. I'm just, well, curious. Nerum, you say? Huh. But still, your mother must have told you a lot about her homeland, didn't she? Is it true that a child on Kira has at least 5 fathers and 4 mothers? An old sailor told me that once. You live in those, communes, not in regular families, right?
Stepped out into the cold, she walked through the forest, climbed the hill where she had once
Oh, yes, of course. There are mage circles, the universities. The sailor told me that too. You know, once this chaos in the world is over, I want to go travel myself. Who knows? Maybe a captain will hire me as a deckhand. Anyway, thanks for your time. Walk blessed. You're an outlander, aren't you? Is it true that a child on Kira has at least... Oh, yes. You know, once this chaos in the world is over, I want to go travel myself. Who knows? Maybe a captain will hire me as a deckhand.
What do you want?
Anyway, thanks for your time. Walk blessed.
Dark and red, close the winter sky. Two souls divided by the threads of time.
Oh, does he now? Good old Milbert and his silver tongue. Now he has found himself a lackey to do his dirty work for him. Let's make this short. I'll keep the key. No idea what he told you, but it wasn't the truth. Because if it were, you sure as fuck wouldn't be here. Milbert, I'm sure he told you about the raid on our village, didn't he? Well, there's one thing he didn't tell you. After those fuckers killed our parents and tried to break into our house, he left me behind. Took all the valuables he could carry, and just ran away. If I hadn't managed to flee, he wouldn't have shed a fucking tear for me. But since fate was so kind to me, things turned out differently. I made it out alive and walked all the way to Ark, where I thought he was. So, you'd think he was glad to see me when I found him in these tunnels, wouldn't you? Well, you're wrong. He let me sleep in the room he paid for from our parents' money, but made me feel as if it was a privilege. And guess what? That hasn't changed until today. Yes, he pays for my room in the barracks, but that's about it. Skin turns into dust as a soul breaks from its shell and joins them in the sky to shapes now freed from grief and time. Then the wind takes them away through the woods and trees this way. Worth it. It has been far too long since this asshole has seen the mud of the Undercity. Dark and red glows the winter sky. Two souls divided by the threads of time. I survive! That's more than most people around here manage. And please, spare me your moral speech. I'm done with. I know that. But it doesn't change the fact that it's Milbert's fault, too. Are you deaf? I said no! But obviously, I need to put it another way. Fine, I get it. You win. I'll tell you where the key is. But don't expect too much. The money's almost gone. Close to the entrance of the pit, there are some barrels. I hid it there. Go. And do what you have to do.
Our ancient world seemed newborn in his eyes, no place could keep him.
Fine, I get it. You win. I'll tell you where the key is. Don't expect too much. The money's almost gone. And he's to the entrance of the pit. There are some barrels. I hid it there. Go.
Welcome to the jewel of the Undercity. How may I be of service?
Foreigners.
Hello.
My sir.
That's a nice dress you're wearing there, sunchild. I'd be careful. Some people down here would kill for something like that. A sunchild, huh? Word of advice. Don't go sauntering about dark alleys down here, and watch your pockets.
What is it, Sunchild? Fair enough. Maybe there's a trick or two I could show you, but trust me, they don't come cheap. Yes, yes. Yes. It's just... Hold on. Oh yeah.
Woman thinks she's Vatira incarnate. Yes.
Boring. Now you're quite the sight. How about a little bit of fun? Hello, handsome.
What do you want?
to gawk at me. Just leave. Please.
A Sunchilder. I bet you came to watch those fools cut their guts open in the dust pit. Well, that's the only reason you snobs ever come down here.
But the past moods haven't been kind to us. And do...
Hey! You're an adventurer, aren't you?
Yes.
Have you been to... Oh, how do they say it? Melee? My dad told me that's where the petrified live.
As if I had bloody choice.
I've been here, my sir. Thank you. That's really generous. May his light guide you.
See? It can be so simple.
That bloody wench thinks she's Vata incarnate. Shield. You're not one of the Relata's mercenaries, are you? Word has it they're hiring again. I'd give them a wide berth if I were you.
Like the bite of a flea. No. No. Oh, shit.
To flee.
Bene, my sir. Please. Thank you. That's really generous. May his light guide you.
That's it. And why is it Malphas who carries the Sun Temple on his back?
Who are you?
Isn't that a gesture of servitude?
No, Malphas carries the Sun Temple because he also carries humanity. Without the benevolence and sublimity of the gods, the world would still be at
Yes? Yes?
Oculus, my son.
You again. Thanks again for your help. How's Welwyn doing?
Some shifts never end. Yes?
What? Oh, yes, sure. What do you need?
What the heck do you think you're doing? You've committed a crime. Pay your... Huh. So there's some reason in you after all. Fine. Give me your weapon and follow me. But I warn you, no tricks. Yes?
Bread! Taste it now, our unrivaled fresh and tasty bread!
Monsieur?
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city. A miracle has happened, a miracle that must have been, due to its sheer glory, brought forth by Malphus himself. Telor Arenthil has returned. Yes, you have heard right. The lost heir to the throne, son of Lorius, has, after decades of imprisonment by his treacherous son, returned to his position as Grand Master of the Holy Order.
Well,
The
well,
esteemed
if it isn't
Trecesha,
the prodigy.
Natara Dalvarin,
Say, is it true
thereby
that you're
returns to her
an
position as second in command.
Walk blessed. What can I do for you?
If it's clam and fish you seek, then come and take
What,
it
you're
to
asking me? I'm flattered. But let me think. You know, my grandfather always used... I think one of the former Archmagisters of the Order wrote it, and there were all kinds of tales about... Grandpa always said they were just tales, but who knows? You should go to the library. Maybe they still have a volume of that book there. Honest answer? Bad. Since this whole red madness thing started, the roads aren't safe to travel anymore. At least, but, well, You scratch along somehow, don't you? Sure. Sure. May your path always be even.
Huh? Can I help you?
Apples, dates,
Well, look who's arrived. Did you have any problems finding your way around? This city can be quite a maze if you don't know it. Right, you're from Ostian. I almost forgot. They're quite fascinating, these places, aren't they? You can climb high, and you can fall just as deep. And every place vibrates with life. Well, I do. Here, put this on. And before you ask, yes, it's necessary. Just trust me. So, about this fever. Usually those gifted with magic have to report their talent to the blessed, and then pass a ritual that teaches them how to deal with their magic. The journey to the water is what they call it. Once they've passed that, the fever reduces to an endurable level, and new artists have their names registered in some kind of holy book. But there are other ways to get rid of the fever, and I hope my employer will tell you about it. Okay, almost there.
Pathlessness wherever you look. Where is this supposed to lead?
Hold it, my sir. No civilians beyond this point without explicit permission. Who are you, and what leads you to this holy place?
Business. I'm Jaspar Dalveric, and I work for the Naramese mages.
Oh, right. The mercenary. And who's your companion?
Marijo de Luna from Ostian, esteemed holder of de Luna's Empire of Tender Fragrance, the most prestigious perfumery in all of Vin. Archmagister Marigil sent for him. Didn't he tell you?
The Archmagister. Well, that does sound like him. Fair enough. You may pass. But show this place the respect it deserves, mercenary. You too, Meister de Luna.
You have my word, fair lady. Thank you.
This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong here.
Well, that went better than expected. Hey, it worked, didn't it? That's all that matters. Nobody will suspect someone who's already in the temple. Anyway, I think it's about time I tell you a little bit more about this employer of mine. His name is Constantine Firespark, and he's one of Narathzor Orenthiel's former followers, which the new Grand Master, Tialor Orenthiel, brought here by ship about 2 years ago. That means he's one of the former arch-enemies of the Order. They usually wear green, while the Order wears white or red. That should make it easy for you to tell them apart. Firespark's pretty much the eldest of Narathzor's mages, and quite well versed in magic, at least from what I've heard. Plus, he's a very gentle and likable fellow, which is why even the keepers like having him around. Let's hope he can tell us a thing or two about these visions, and help you get rid of the fever. Come, follow me.
Eternally tormented in agony and pain, their suffering in despair, an endless wicked pain. Their life was without path, no faith, belief, or creed, no punishment they suffer for every evil deed. Their life was corrupted with depravity. In death
is it? I just can't bloody believe it.
Move along. Huh?
What? What?
right, here we are.
No, 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 no. That's not how you do it.
Blast it! I'm just being careful. We
Like
have to.
heck we do. Give me that thing, now. Blasted, blistering blazes. That's what you get for working with fumblers. I told you, we
Meister
should be
Firespark.
careful. What? Now who the heck are you? Can't an old man have a moment to himself?
You hired me. The Magister, don't you remember?
Oh, right. Joseph the Scrounger. So why are you here? Had any luck?
Just spar. And yeah, we did find something. I
suggest you first of all tell me when I allowed you to drag your drinking mates up here. Do you need me to explain the meaning of the words highly and confidential to you?
I'm sure there's a lot you can explain to me, but let's save that for later. This particular fellow over here needs your help, to be frank. Arcane fever.
Is that so? And what exactly has that got to do with me? Let the Keepers and their holy rituals take care of it. What is it with the costume, anyway?
This man's magic is different, Meister. Just feel his aura and you'll see it. Plus, he's from Naren, just as you are.
Well, all right then, for nostalgia's sake. I really hope you're not wasting my time, though. Working with these religious buffoons is bound to make any rational thinking person go bonkers. Anyway, that chair over there. Take a seat, and I'll have a look at that fever of yours. All right then, this will tickle a little. Yeah, you're right. This aura does feel different. Complex somehow and powerful. And do you really want to tell me you've only recently discovered that talent of yours? With that aura, I'm surprised that you haven't turned into an Obaya by now. Fine. Well, that is, we will help you. But first, tell me everything. How you got that magic, and how you met that Scrounger. I see. Regarding this vision thing, I think that your mind simply played a trick on you there. Not that it's much of a surprise, considering what you've been through. Actually, you were quite lucky that the sudden outburst of your glance didn't blow your head right off.
This just doesn't make any sense. Why can't it ever be easy?
Well, that's probably a sign that you should go easier on the booze. Skill, whether of physical or magical nature, isn't gained through touching some stones, but through hard work and discipline. Even though this screwball Enderalian talk of paths and predeterminations tries to tell us otherwise. By all that's holy, I won't start playing your tutor now. If you don't know about the basic functioning of magic, then read something from Balador Goldenstein.
The glance on the sea of eventualities. Alongside, but apart from the reality we're in right now, exist countless other realities, in which some events have different outcomes, so to speak. A version of this very same room, for example, with the very same people in it, only that Meister Firespark's beard is on fire. And what defines an Arcanist, someone capable of magic, is that he or she can see those other realities and let parts of them come true.
Well, look at that, Jasper. You surprised me.
That's what I'm being paid for.
How powerful an Arcanist is depends on three factors. How far away are the eventualities that he can see, how well he can bring parts of them into our reality, and finally, how well his mind can handle seeing other realities simultaneously with ours. Lighting a candle is easier than calling a meteor from the sky, to speak plain in Al, but as I said, read Goldenstein if you're interested in the topic. I'm not going to waste any time with lectures. Ah, well, if that's what you want to believe, go for it. I, in any case, have never come across such a phenomenon in over 50 years of studying magic. And now we should...
It all begins with the dreams.
What the blasted blistering blazes? Does this room look like the bosom of a whore to you? Or what makes you think you can go around touching anything you get your fingers on? These documents are confidential, for heck's sake. I knew it was a mistake to hire a thug like you. Lashery always had a weakness for...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you telling me something about dreams that led you and Tealor Renthiel here, didn't you, Miser? And you told me that in this vision of yours, the Veiled Woman said this. It all begins with the dreams.
What? Is that true? Oh. Then this near-death experience you had before you woke up on the shore. Tell me again, what exactly did you see in it? A room? Well, this is strange indeed. Anyway, for now all that matters is that we get that magic of yours under control. Whatever you clairvoyanced back there is of no use to us if you're dead as a doornail in a couple of months. Well, that's usually a plodding process. The fever you feel is a result of your mind not being able to handle all of these possibilities, so to speak. The ritual the Enderalians practice to get the glance under control is called the Journey to the Water. Put frankly, it means 1 year of hour-long meditation, bland food, and abstinence from anything that makes life worth living. In due time, the Arcanist then learns to filter these other realities from ours, and the fever gets less and less. Anyhow, luckily enough, we Neremes know of a way to quicken that process. A shortcut, if you will. I'm not capable of performing it, but another one of us is. Her name is Lashery, and you should seek her out as soon as possible. There is indeed, and this reason is called ignorance. The Order's rituals haven't changed since the Lightborn slipped out of their cradles, and the Keepers do their best to keep anything progressive out of their country. But please, if you're up for a year of austerity and stern-faced magisters scolding you, go for it. I really don't care. She's currently in a ruin called Old Rashengrad, not far from Ark. Just tell her that I sent you. Give me that map of yours. Okay, now you'd have to be a total idiot to miss it. I recommend leaving for the ruin straight away. And you, Joseph, you're going to come with me and show me what your trip to the Sun Coast brought forth. Hopefully, more than a bottle of honey wine and a hangover.
Quite a character, isn't he? But I like him somehow. Here, I owe you this for your help back in Riverville. And in case you're in the mood for a mug of ale and a good chat, just drop by the Dancing Nomad in the Stranger's Quarter. I'll get myself a room there for the time being. With all that said, good luck mastering your magic, my friend. I'll see you around.
Never walked back on the road from the aged man's abode.
Ah, that's hard to tell. Most of the time I was with Narethzul's order in the Kabet Mountains. Which idiots did you have the misfortune to be raised by? A beautiful... Truth be told, I was a young traveling arcanist then, and wanted to make some money in Ostien's arena. Fight some rabid animals. Oh, you know the story.
No, the Archmagister ordered me back.
This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong here.
I could have done without them, though.
I don't doubt that. I still can't believe that really happened. Brother Yarrow was such a good man.
I don't think the Red Madness cared much about that.
Probably not, no. I wonder how it happens. The infection.
What do you mean?
Well, the red eyes and the obvious madness only happen in the last stages of the disease. What happens before that? And how? How can one tell someone else is afflicted?
Why, scared you've caught it, are you?
That is not funny. You know, I've had this feeling that there's something wrong with Yarrow for quite some time, long before it happened.
You don't say. His wife was murdered, don't you think that would have thrown you out of balance too? Path abiding Enderal. Not?
That's not what I mean. Her death broke him, yes. But there was no hatred in him, only grief. The hatred only came shortly before he did it.
Sorry, but I don't really see what you're going at.
I'm just trying to say that, well, maybe we all should be maybe it was Yarrow's grief, his instability, that made him susceptible to the Red Madness in the first place. But let the Flameling and the Apothecari find that out. I have to go now, brother. Walk blessed.
Walk blessed.
Huh?
This is holy ground, Outlander.
There you are.
You do not belong here.
Carlos, what's that?
Move along.
Well, never mind. By the way, have you seen this new Neremese mage woman? Pegas, or whatever her name was.
I've heard about her, yes. She's the Scarab, isn't she?
Yes, that's what she looks like at least. But she's from Ostia, just like that Messier Firespark and the Coalman Sharim. Honestly, I don't know what to think of all of this. Wild mages here in the temple? Malphus bless the Grandmaster, but... where's this supposed to lead us?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But don't worry so much. I'm certain the Grandmaster knows what he's doing. Now go, before the Magister comes to get you himself.
Yes, of course. Walk blessed, sister.
You're always so formal.
Have you heard it?
Apparently, the Blue Islands Coalition sent an emissary here to Enderal, despite the walk blessed.
Huh? Can I help you?
Yes? Monsieur?
As I said, the offer stands. Just think about it, okay?
Well.
Oh, well.
Just where did I put it?
Oh, yes, of course she'd say that.
Hello, handsome.
Now a good pipe.
Huh? What do you want?
As I said,
Hmm?
the offer stands.
Wait a moment.
Sir?
You're an outlander, aren't you?
Malfash's blessings.
Times these are. Hard times.
Hey, you came. Come on, take a seat.
Everything was better in the
So, tell me, how are you holding up? It must have been quite the whirlwind. Yesterday, a refugee from another country, and now a prodigy with a magic great enough to impress old Bushybeard. Good luck with that. I'm quite curious to see how things keep on with you. You're different. I noticed that the time we met. Anyhow, tell me, what do you make of this country now that you've had some time to look around? I figure it must be quite the change from Nerim. Shoot. Yeah, I can picture that. You know, this is exactly the reason why I love inns so much. The sky can rain fire out there. In here, you'll always meet laughter and good humor. Not to mention all the good-looking men and women. Absolutely. Though I think I've seen enough of this place by now. Of Enderal, I mean. There's a ship sailing for Calais next morning, and as it seems, it will be the last one for quite some time to come. Who knows? Maybe they still have a cabin to spare for a handsome treasure hunter. Oh well. This entire thing was more a coincidence than planned anyhow. The Order needed someone with skill and discretion, I was around. End of story. I never intended to stick around for much longer. Heck, me as an ambassador of the Holy Order, could you imagine that? Not one step further, O fair maiden. Drop your garment so we may both bathe in Malphas's holy light. Actually not that bad, don't you think? Oh, you're too kind. But you know, at the end of the day, I guess I'd probably lack both the pathos and the idealism for such a profession. You know, I'm aware of how these esteemed keepers up there talk about sellswords like me. I could save 30 virgins from a Myrodon rampage. At the end of the day, they'd always say I did it for the money, because I wanted to bed the women, or whatever. I'm driven by inferior motives. While no matter what their actions end in, they are good guys, because they do things for the right reasons. If only they'd understand that it's results that matter, not intentions. What does the wise hermit say? Nothing is of less importance to the saved than the reason for their rescue. The only difference between a mercenary like me and a holy warden is that I'm at least aware of the fact that I do what I do for myself, and no one else. I'm trying to say that all those heroes and self-declared messiahs are no better than everyone else. In the end, we are all selfish, because we always act in accordance to what we think we have to be like. So yes, maybe the keeper saves the farmer from the bandits. But at the end of the day, he does it because he sees himself in a certain light. You know, the funny thing is that a lot of times, it's especially those who think of themselves driven by a higher purpose who are the really dangerous ones. They don't understand what drives them, and that makes them easy to manipulate. The only thing left to do for the capable hate-monger or tyrant is to somehow combine his own ambitions with the mental image of this person. And presto, you've got your perfect puppet, only waiting to dive into the next hail of arrows for their honor, their religion, or whatever they thought of this time. It's just so idiotic, you know? The world would be a much better place if everyone could just acknowledge that the only reason we're here is that we want to be happy. Yeah, seek bliss and avoid pain, as the wise hermit likes to say. And believe me, once you realize that that's how people just work, life is a lot better. Oh, yeah, I do. And this goal is called surviving. And if possible, to be able to enjoy a good glass of wine or an exciting night from time to time. Blazes, you make it sound so dramatic. Doing something for your own sake doesn't make you selfish. But yeah, basically that's it. I don't know. Call it a feeling. But if there is such a thing as a universal point to our lives, then I'm pretty sure we won't find it within the pre-digested philosophies or religions most people believe in. And hey, I'd be the last one to reject this great truth if she were to knock on my door, naked and tits jiggling. But until then, I'd rather try and find my own answers. Really? I was half expecting you to throw insults at me. That's what people usually do when I tell them that. But I guess life is full of surprises. Anyway, I'll take my leave now. I very much enjoyed our talk, but the ship to Killet leaves before the first cocks crow tomorrow, and I want some more time to think about it. Keep your chin up.
Mead, stew, roast pork. Anyone?
Move along.
Okay, okay, just leave me alone. Damn bullies. Malface's blessings.
In no bed, sorry.
Walk blessed.